Hello everybody, Lucky Magics, another day, another video, but today's video is kind of special to me because, I've been chasing this one champion forever and RNG is not my friend in this game, so I was unable to get Dracomorph, right? But because of my clanmate, and he is pretty awesome, and my clan's pretty awesome, so this is my clan right here. So if you guys are interested, whatever, let me know. But going back a little bit, my clanmate, Charlene Gun Sage, right here, allowed me to go onto his account and check out his Dracomorph. So if you see him in the game and you really enjoyed this review, it was possible because of him. So if you see him in the game, then hey guys, give him a big shout out. Give him hey, thank you for being a kind person to let us take a look at your account. So anyways, without further ado, let's check out Dracomorph. Alright, so let's start this review. So we're going to start with his skills, and his A1 right here. Attacks one enemy, damage increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. Will attack one random enemy with any surplus damage if the target is killed. Damage inflicted is equal to triple the surplus damage. So that's a lot to take in. So I'm just going to show you. I feel like just visually showing you would be a lot better. So let's check this A1 in action. Alright, so let's not underestimate this A1. It hits hard. You see, boom, that A1 hits really hard. Kills a guy, and it hits the other guy for way more damage, right? And this is very useful because in most bosses do have their little ads, right? So Dracomorph kills their ads, and all that damage is going to go straight to the boss. So it's a very powerful A1. Plus, most of the time, bosses do have a lot of debuffs up, so it's going to more debuffs, the more damage Dracomorph will do as A1. So this A1 seems simple, but it hits hard. It's a lot going on, and it's a heavy hitting A1. Alright, so let's look at his A2. So his A2 is also a little bit unique because not only it attacks 4 times, right? But also each hit places a 5% poison debuff for 3 turns. 3 turns. Usually it's 2 turns, right? But this guy does it for 3 turns. So you throw on Maxer Hexer, you could possibly get 4 poison debuffs for 4 turns. Plus, this is on a 3-turn cooldown, so this dude is going to constantly apply poison, and that adds up. And another thing to note about his A2 is that in his description, there is no percentage attached to it, right? Like chance to apply debuff or nothing like that. It's not on there. So from what I heard and seen, it seems like Dracomorph's debuffs apply a lot more often because it's almost like a guarantee. Not saying don't put accuracy on them, but I think you get a little bit of leeway because it's almost like a guaranteed thing, so just point that out. But yes, this A2 right here is a very powerful A2. Tons and tons of poison. You already know, clan boss, dragon 20, ice golem, things like that. You already know. So by now, a lot of people already know, like, having decreased defense and weaken on one ability is already a super good ability for a champion to have, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So once again, Master Hexer, boom, and you could probably get this up to 3 turns. So you could have this applied pretty much the whole fight, right? For clan boss, arena, for any content really in the game, this ability alone is like saying is worth for this person to be a legendary. So this is already a very strong A3. Not really much to say. You guys know what it does. So strong A3, and combining this A3 with his A1 and his A2, Dracomorph is really one of those top tier champions, and I don't think he gets enough love. So that's why we're here right now, checking him out. Alright, so let's take a look at Dracomorph's mastery. So we're going to start at the support side, and yes, we want accuracy plus 10, and then we want this right here, accuracy by 20 when the champion has no skills on cooldown. And this is a very interesting mastery to choose because this is going to depend on your team composition and really your personal choice, right? So let's say you don't have a counter team composition. If you don't have this will be a great mastery for you because in total Dracomorph has 6 debuffs. So let's say they all proc on the clan boss, and then this mastery also procs 6 times. So now you have a 60% boost in your turn meter, right? So you're able to use your A2 more. Your A2 hits 4 times, adds poisons, boom, you're doing like a lot more damage, right? By picking this mastery. But let's say you do have a counter team composition. This could still help you in that sense, but also it could hurt you because now that you're going so much faster, you might outpace yourself and you could be losing increased defense. You're definitely gonna be losing your counterattack and your shield if you have Valkyrie, but that might be okay because Dracomorph's A1 doesn't really do nothing outside of just hitting one time really hard, so you might be willing to sacrifice that one hit for the possibility of having more A2 that hits 4 times. So that is something to consider, but like we said, you might be losing increased defense in your shield and you might die faster, but you might have a team composition where you could overlap increased defense and shield. So this mastery is very dependent on your team composition, but I think this is a very good example of the flexibility that this game does have, and that's why I like this game. And Dracomorph's case especially, his A1 isn't that good. So is this better for you to have? Is this mastery better or not better? But that choice is up to you. I just wanted to point that out. So continuing on, we're going to look at Master Hexer, because this is where you want to end up. Dracomorph has poisons, decreased defense, and weakens. So if you could extend that on any boss or anybody really, that is always going to be good for you. And now we're going to move over to the offensive side. You want crit rate plus 5%. You definitely want to have crit damage plus 10%. And you want to work your way down to War Master, because my friend here does have a counter team composition. So hitting A1, War Master, hitting one time with A1, War Master, you get more bang for your money. But then again, one could argue, hey, you have this mastery, so do you want Giant Slayer, because you are going to be using your A2 more, which hits 4 times. So just saying, these kind of choices is a personal thing, and it definitely depends on your team composition. I just wanted to point it out so you could consider these factors. All right, moving on. All right, so when it comes to gear for any champion, it's really hard for me to recommend what you guys should equip on them, because it really depends on your team composition and at what content of the game you're using your champion for, right? So let's say this is how you got Dracomorph geared out, just like this, and you're using it for arena. I would say, well, no, maybe you shouldn't, because maybe it's better if you have some stun sets or free sets or whatever, right? So if this were for a clan boss, then yeah, I'd be like, okay, I can see that. You don't have bad L, and you know you need to stay alive. You need to heal yourself. So yeah, I can see why you have life steal. So as you can see, it's not that easy just to say, well, put these things on, right? So the best I could do is say, hey, focus on these stats right here, and this should help you out. I think that's the best way to do it, and you could determine in what content of the game you're using Dracomorph, so that way you could decide how to gear them out. But if you still have any questions, then just leave a comment in the comment section and tell me your team composition and what content, and I will get back to you and try to help you out a little bit more that way. So with that being said, now it's time to check out Dracomorph in action. Let's get the simple stuff out the way. Campaign and faction wars, you guys already know Dracomorph is going to be really good in those areas, so not much to talk about. So let's start talking about the dungeon content real quick. Alright, so when it comes to these potion bosses, yeah, he's going to be super good. Spirit Keep, Arcane Keep, Void Keep, Force Keep, Magic Keep, no problemo. For Dracomorph, he's going to clear that content real easy. When it comes to Minotaur's Labyrinth, yes, of course, he's really going to make you go. Honestly, the short version to all this, he's just going to give you faster run times in those dungeon content, especially Dragon's Lair, yes, with those poisons stacking up on a dragon boss. It's going to be real easy. Ice Golem, yes, he's going to help you clear out the trash, the waves. He's going to get you to the boss, like we said, on his A1, should help you out a lot to take down Ice Golem's Peak. And when it comes to Fire Knight, I would say yes, he's useful, because in general his A3 decreased defense and weaken will help you clear out a lot of the trash mobs, right? And when you get to the boss, you go apply that A3 on them themselves, and it'll help. Now, yes, Fire Knight has the mechanic with the shield. His A2 hits 4 times, so yes, I would say it'll be helpful, but there might be better champions in your roster instead of Dracomorph, so just keep that in mind. Now when it comes to Spiders 20, now I wish I was able to record some footage so I could show you guys, but in essence though, to make it short, you could use Dracomorph's A3 decreased defense and weaken. You could use that to weaken the spider or the spiderlings, and then you could just go in there and burst down DPS the boss with, you know, like 3 royal guards or 3 cohorts, etc. You guys seen those videos, so you could use Dracomorph in that essence also for Spiders 20. And moving on. So when it comes to arena, Dracomorph is definitely a top tier champion, because simply that ability alone right here, his A3 just has so much utility in for the arena. That decreased defense and weaken is just a very strong ability. So yes, if you have Dracomorph, please use them in the arena, but also remember team composition is key. So don't go just thinking you can plug and play this guy. he needs some love also. When it comes to clan boss, I'm gonna have to say Dracomorph is probably gonna be my top pick recommendation for clan boss team composition, because Dracomorph alone has 6 debuffs, right? That's 4 poisons, 1 decreased defense and 1 weaken. So him by himself, 1 champion in a 5-team composition, is applying 6 debuffs to the clan boss. So this gives you a lot of flexibility in your team composition. You could bring in 4 more champions, you know, do decreased attack, HP burn, and some poison, stuff like that, right? But you could also bring in some more champions that could do buffs on your team that gives you more survivability, shields, health, you know, things like that. So I think Dracomorph really takes away a lot of stress from your team composition, and it allows you huge amount of flexibility in designing your team comp. So that reason alone, plus the amount of damage he does by himself, is just really crazy. So if you have Dracomorph, I mean, seriously, you have to be using this guy in your clan boss team composition. Just my opinion. And with that being said, let's wrap this video up. Alright, so summary time, but first we must say once again to Shining Gun Sage, thank you so much for letting us look into your account, giving us the opportunity to present this Dracomorph to the masses. And I'm kind of jealous because this was one champion that I really wanted for a long time. I mean, he just really helps you out a lot. This is a Minotaur run in this clip right here, and I think it's like a 45-second run, so it's pretty good for Minotaur, right? So as you can see, like overall, Dracomorph is just a very solid champion. Like he's gonna do tons of damage in clan boss. He's gonna help you clear content like it's nothing. Like if you have him, it's just so nice to just have a simple but powerful champion. So if you have him, congratulations, and thank you, Sage, once again for letting us look into your account. And for you guys out there, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section, and I always do my best to get back to you guys. So with that being said, take care and see you on the next one.
Perfect.